Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're doing something really exciting. We're putting a highly unique, literally futuristic professional profile right under the microscope. We're breaking down the CV of Natalia D'Onofrio, an alternative dispute resolution professional whose background looks, well, a lot less like a traditional legal resume and way more like a roadmap to the future of technology and finance.
Think about this for a second. Who actually resolves tomorrow's most complex tech disputes? Let's say a smart contract on a blockchain totally fails, or an AI algorithm triggers a massive financial loss, or maybe a quantum computing firm gets into a tangled IP disagreement. Who sits at the head of the table to sort that all out? See, traditional judges and mediators might not even have the technical vocabulary for it, and software engineers definitely don't have the specialized legal or mediation training. The answer really lies in a totally new breed of professional, a multidisciplinary neutral. And Natalia D'Onofrio's CV is basically the perfect case study to see exactly what that looks like in the real world.
To set the stage here, check out this exact quote straight from her professional profile. She highlights a focus on the evolving intersection of dispute resolution, emerging technology, finance, cybersecurity, and critical infrastructure. Now that is a densely packed sentence, right? But it perfectly encapsulates the entire narrative we're exploring today. She's not just staying in one safe lane. She has purposefully planted herself right at the crossroads where our most critical modern systems collide.
Okay, let's dive into this roadmap. To truly understand her blueprint, we're going to break this explainer down into 5 clear pillars. 1. The modern dispute resolver. 2. Core mediation credentials. 3. Arbitration and neutral appointments. 4. The emerging tech edge. And 5. Leadership and professional ethics.
Pillar 1. The modern dispute resolver, bridging law and technology.
To genuinely resolve a contemporary dispute, you have to actually understand the systems at play. You can't mediate a conflict over a data center's energy output if you don't understand how data centers, or energy infrastructure for that matter, work on a fundamental level. And this brilliantly illustrates that necessary balance. On one side, we have her foothold in established, highly regulated legal environments, like serving on the roster for FINRA, which handles national securities disputes, or the Florida Bar's legal fee arbitration program. But then on the other side, her expertise stretches into futuristic tech, like blockchain, artificial intelligence, and even post-quantum cryptography. It's this exact combo, the strict procedural discipline of traditional law, paired with total fluency in cutting-edge tech, that really defines the modern neutral.
Moving on to Pillar 2, core mediation credentials, the foundation of dispute resolution.
Now, it is so easy to get distracted by the flashy high-tech buzzwords on a resume, like quantum computing, but before any of that tech expertise can be useful in a legal setting, it absolutely has to be built on rock-solid interpersonal and mediation capabilities. And honestly, her foundational mediation skills are what anchor her entire profile. She's a Florida Supreme Court certified mediator, and just consider the sheer breadth of human experience she has to manage: circuit civil, county, family, and dependency. Sure, mediating a complex business dispute requires sharp analytical skills, but mediating family and dependency matters? That requires profound empathy, incredible patience, and elite de-escalation skills. You have to navigate highly emotional, deeply personal human conflicts. So her analytical, tech-driven mind is completely grounded by this deep, human mediation capability. She knows how to manage people just as well as she understands data.
Pillar 3, arbitration and neutral appointments, decisive industry roles.
Taking those interpersonal mediation skills a step further, we shift gears into arbitration. Remember, while a mediator facilitates an agreement between parties, an arbitrator is appointed to actually hear the evidence and make a decisive, binding ruling. Her CV lists 3 highly distinct appointments that prove just how versatile she is at making these tough calls. First up, she was appointed to the Florida Attorney General's Lemon Law Arbitration Board, handling consumer motor vehicle warranty disputes. Second, she's on the FINRA Dispute Resolution Services roster, dealing with high-stakes financial securities. And third, she's a qualified arbitrator for the Florida Bar's legal fee arbitration program, untangling those messy attorney-client fee disagreements. From consumer warranties all the way to Wall Street securities, her decisive arbitration skills are trusted across vastly different sectors. To put that into perspective, we can actually map her educational background directly to her industry focus. Natalia holds a Master of Business Administration from Florida Atlantic University, where she graduated cum laude on a full academic scholarship. And her specific concentrations? Business analytics and corporate finance. Because of this background, she seamlessly transitions from commercial and consumer disputes right into deep financial services and fintech. Her analytics background is literally the framework she uses to understand complex AI, blockchain, cybersecurity, and energy infrastructure disputes.
She's never just looking at the law. She's reading the financial and analytical realities of the actual businesses involved.
Which brings us to Pillar 4, the emerging tech edge, navigating the future.
Now, what's really wild about this next part is how forward-thinking it is. We are seeing how she is navigating and even helping to shape the future of industry. We're talking quantum computing, post-quantum cryptography, artificial intelligence, blockchain, digital assets, and advanced data centers. I mean, it is exceedingly rare to find a dispute resolution professional with a dedicated focus on quantum technologies. These are fields literally rewriting the rules of data security, finance, and computing power as we speak. When companies in these sectors face a crisis, they just can't afford to spend 6 months educating their arbitrator on what a blockchain even is or how post-quantum cryptography works. Her CV proves she arrives on day one already speaking their language.
And get this, she isn't just reading tech blogs from the sidelines. According to her CV, she is an active contributor and participant in the NIST's post-quantum cryptography forum. That means she's in the trenches with industry, academic, and government leaders discussing the actual standardization and adoption of quantum-resistant tech. On top of that, she's actively developing intellectual property involving secure, advanced computing infrastructure integrated with energy generation. Talk about a real game changer. She's gaining first-hand exposure to the exact commercialization, cybersecurity, and public-private collaboration issues that she'll inevitably be meditating and arbitrating.
And finally, Pillar 5, leadership and professional ethics, setting the standard.
Look, when you are dealing with cutting-edge technology, massive financial systems, and binding legal decisions, maintaining impeccable ethical standards isn't just a nice-to-have, it's the whole shebang. It's absolutely crucial. And her leadership here is structural. She serves as a board member for the Florida Supreme Court Mediator Qualifications and Discipline Review Board for the Southeast Division. She literally reviews matters concerning mediator ethics, professional standards, and discipline. To be appointed to judge the ethical conduct of your own peers, that speaks volumes about the level of trust and absolute integrity she has established within the Florida legal community.
Beyond those high-level board appointments, her CV also reveals a deep, ongoing commitment to community advocacy and professional service. As a Florida-registered paralegal, she serves on the Enrichment Committee and is the second vice president of the Paralegal Association of Florida's Palm Beach County chapter. She's also served as a guardian ad litem. This just rounds out her profile beautifully. Alongside the intense quantum computing and corporate finance work, we see a consistent, steady dedication to giving back and elevating the standards of the legal profession at every single level.
So what does this all mean for us? What's the big takeaway here? Well, by analyzing Natalia D'Onofrio's CV, we've essentially defined a brand new archetype for the legal field. The modern mediator is a multidisciplinary neutral. It's someone who combines traditional, highly empathetic, human-centric dispute resolution credentials, those vital circuit, family, and dependency mediation skills we talked about, with highly advanced expertise in business analytics, corporate finance, and emerging tech. It is the ultimate synthesis of empathy, legal procedure, and technological fluency.
I want to leave you with this final thought. As artificial intelligence, blockchain, and quantum computing continue to aggressively reshape our entire world, disputes are going to be inevitable. But when those trillion-dollar conflicts arise, who will you trust to resolve them? Someone who is desperately trying to catch up to the technology, or someone who is already in the trenches helping to build the framework? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.